We're halfway through 2025, and what have we been up to in this world of board gaming so far this year?
Welcome to BoxedMeeples. I'm Libby, this is Julian, and yes, we thought we'd do a bit of a rundown of where we are so far in the year. I mean, we're a little bit over halfway now. I don't know how it runs away so quickly, but a bit of a recap, a sort of rundown, a breakdown of where we are, what our favourites are, what we've been playing most of, all of that jazz in terms of games.
A bit of an overview.
Yes.
A bit of a touching base, keeping up to date, and you've got some stats.
I have got a few stats.
Fun board gaming stats.
I mean, you've been gaming a little bit more than me, it seems, or maybe you're just better at tracking. Either one, who knows? So you have had 283 plays so far this year.
Okay, so that's plays of games rather than games.
And so 117 different games, 68 of which were new to you.
Okay,
so it's not bad.
Yeah. I think a lot of that diversity came from conventions, just going around. Being, I tried to record when I played it for a chunk of time, so it might not be a complete game, but it's more than just a few turns.
Yeah, you've got more than just a bit of a gist of it. Then so mine's a little bit less. So mine's 208 plays, which is quite a bit down on you, not nearly a third down on what you've played. But my games, different types of games, is 95. So that's not as much down on yours.
So it's like you've been playing more. Less games, more.
Yeah, you've played 23 more games from top of my head maths, if I can even remember your number right. Yeah, something like that. New to me games were 46. So I think it really is that going round and demoing games at conventions and stuff that's really sort of probably made the difference. Plus also you've played quite a few sort of solo games and things like that on the train. So that also adds up to a few extras.
A big chunk of my time is playing solo games.
Yeah, so and we've played with, I think nearly like 100 different players.
Oh, wow.
So that's more than you think.
If you played with you
think sort of...
Thank you so much for your company.
Yes, exactly. I suppose conventions, our local playing group, our friends and family and things, it does all add up somehow, even halfway through the year. So, let's get into our stats then. Yeah,
so we've picked 5 different things we're going to talk about and answer each of those burning questions that you might well have about our habits so far this year.
So let's kick things off with our most played game, since we've just covered those stats. It makes sense. And I was thinking more of an in-person play than a BGA play. So I've played quite a lot of White Castle this year. But the majority of those plays have been on BGA rather than in person. We have had it out a couple of times, but so I was thinking, yes, more in-person plays. I think I can guess yours straight away.
Mine's going to be Final Girl. I said recently on a discussion we did from Rosie and Crazy Board Games how it's my comfort game. I know all the rules for obviously the base game, and then it's very easy to learn locations and kill or just pick up some new rules. So whenever you're busy working, or if you're out in the evening and I'm at home, or even if I'm on the train, I've been doing that quite a lot, it's nice to just sit down and be able to play a game, and I know how long it's going to take me, about 45 minutes. I know I'm going to have a great time doing it. So I played most of the feature films. I haven't played all of them from season 3 yet, because that's just I've recently got hold of that. Yeah. But you might have seen in another video I did recently, I've been trying to mix and match.
Yes, you have been making new IPs, new different sort of weird tweaks on things.
Yeah, because it's a system that really lends itself well to just mixing and matching and creating new experiences from that. So I'm perhaps slightly lazy that I just sit down. What game do I know? I can play this. Yeah, but it's. And
I think even if we take out all of those plays that you did demoing at UKG, it's still going to come out on time.
I think it's close to 30, 40 maybe games this year. So
well, that counts for some of those extra plays then, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So Final Girl, quite comfortably.
For me, it's actually Trickerous, which is a game we've talked about on a few different videos. It's one of our favourite trick-taking games at the moment. Really, really enjoy it. Love the art in it. We've taken it to conventions with us, and it's so easy to take to those kind of places because you can teach people quite quickly. I mean, even if you haven't got a lot of time, you can just sort of play one round rather than the full 3 rounds, although that does sort of improve the game.
It's great like that.
Better. But it's one that we've been able to teach family and people because they've played bridge in the past. They've got some sort of idea of taking a trick, and then it's an interesting kind of mechanic where you're climbing up this ladder, but you don't want to get too high up because it's trickerous, as in Icarus. So if you get too close to the sun at the top, then your wings are going to melt and you fall back down again. So really, when you win the trick and when you don't win the trick is kind of important in the gameplay, and it just leads to so much fun, doesn't it?
Especially that changing suit.
Yes.
I mean, when that flips, and especially when you're mid-turn and it flips and then someone else flips it, that's the magic time. That's when it's really great.
That's really fun.
I'm so pleased to be seeing it in people's hands now.
I've seen quite a few people go to Tokyo Game Market this year and have managed to pick up copies there as well. So there's more and more copies out and about.
So, for a while, it felt like we were the only ones shouting about the beauty of this game, and now it's nice that people are beginning to also pick up on it, because it really does deserve the attention it's getting. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying that one. I think it would be one that it's so light and small that we'll take to conventions and we'll take on when we go travelling.
Yeah, if you see us at a convention and you want to play a game, we're going to probably get this one out.
So next up, we're going with what was our gaming surprise, something that we played that we maybe liked more than we thought we were going to.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Van Ryder.
Van Ryder fanboy.
Because this seems like the least likely Van Ryder game.
Yes,
They've got their associations with dark, moody, thematic games, whereas Popcorn Dice is utterly bonkers. And the reason I got this, I picked it up at the UK Games Expo because I was playing with the girls Gateway Island.
Yes.
And the one they particularly enjoyed, it says, so Gateway Island basically is a load of kind of small mini games you can play in half an hour to introduce you to different board game mechanics. The idea being that if you like one, you can then look at the bottom and it'll say, if you like this game, this is a bigger version of it. And the one we liked, it said Popcorn Dice. So Popcorn Dice is just a dice rolling game. You chuck a load of dice chucking. I'd hopefully trying to pop these dice as they are popcorn.
Yes.
But if you burn too many, you're out. Yeah. So it's all about pushing luck. You can replace some of the burnt ones with double pops. And the dream combo was when you fully pop them all and you instantly win.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough though. I mean, I tend to burn quite a lot or just end up with loads of kernels.
But yeah, it's super simple to explain. It's very noisy.
I think that's why they like it. It's that noisy and it's got the red and white classic popcorn stripe on the cup and spill it out. Yeah.
You can play a quick game in 10, 15 minutes. Zero rule overhead. If we played with new people now, which I'm sure we're going to be doing, I'll be like, we're going to play this game. I'll go first and I'll explain what I'm doing. And then you'll know. Yeah. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do any rules overhead. People are immediately engaged by it. Simple concept, just lots of maximum fun. Didn't expect to like it so much and certainly didn't expect to get this from Van Ryder.
No, it's a bit of an oddball one from them. I mean, I don't really know what's happening, but I'm staying with Van Ryder, a game which is very much a you game, Detective City of Angels. You've played quite a lot. You've played the sort of chisel role for us as we had some friends over and you said, please play this game with me. We made it quite fun. We put on our sleuthing hats and all of that, but you know, the time period, the aesthetic, the theming of it's very much a you thing. So I thought it was okay, but I wasn't necessarily expecting to like it as much as I did. So I would say that was a bit of a surprise. And I'm actually quite keen to play some more of the missions to see how more things work, how interacting, how asking different questions, how cagey some people are in terms of the evidence that you get dealt out and how stealthy the other players are as to who knows what when, and you're trying to hide stuff from your opponents. Obviously, the chisel can be a bit cagey.
It depends who's playing it, but sometimes it can be really mean. Yeah,
I mean, is he actually telling the truth? Probably not. I found that really interesting, engaging more than I thought it was going to be.
It was great because we were playing with people who like to immerse themselves in theme. They often go to immersive theatre and escape rooms, and they're fully getting involved, note-taking and and classic Hollywood chat. My less said about my American accent, I think the better.
Yes.
I think my French accent was perhaps better. That's how bad my American accent was. If you've seen it in that video. I'm really pleased you did like it though, because obviously it's one of my favourite games, and there is more coming. So I'm hoping that I can play through some cases that I don't know with you and experience discovery together. Next up is our favourite board gaming moment. So what have you got?
Yeah, our sort of best times around the table. I mean, we've had some lovely times this year. That's, no question about that. There's quite a few to choose from. But I'm going to go with one thing at Aircon, I think, because it was lovely having a convention where you can actually have time to catch up with friends and sit round tables and actually play things together. And there's a lot of games like that then that I would, easily choose. We had a fab time at Aircon.
We did.
But the one sort of standout one that really sort of changed a game for me as well was Blood on the Clock Tower.
Right. Yeah.
So we were just sort of walking through, about to go and do something completely different, probably find some friends, find a new game. And then we happened to wander past a few friends that we know that were about to start a game of Blood on the Clock Tower.
We've been chatting to them for months and months, if not years, about we must play a game together. Must play a game of Blood on the Clock Tower together.
at least 2 years, if not more than that.
And we could never sync watches. Whenever we were free, they'd started, or when they're about to start, we needed to be somewhere. So to bump into them and they go, we're about to start a game.
Like, come join. And then it turns out that there was more of our friends that we knew in that game. And no one really minded that we were complete sort of Blood on the Clock Tower rookies, because we played it once before and it wasn't a great experience because of various factors, but some of the people involved and stuff like that, it just didn't understand it. Too many newbies.
Yeah, they kind of accidentally gave away too much. It's like, okay, do we now pretend? And it was a bit rushed, and it was just not the best experience. Yeah,
and so we kind of had almost written it off. I think in our heads we're sort of thinking, oh, it could probably be good in the right circumstances. That's why we wanted to play it again. But we hadn't been overly impressed by the gameplay. I mean, obviously that production with the book and everything is incredible. But it was a surprise to sort of just jump in and play this game. Neither of us really know what we're doing because it's been since it literally released when we played it. So it's kind of like, if this happens, can that happen? Is this a thing? Like, what are my options here? And the secret squirrel to the games master
was really good. Not forcing us to make a decision, but saying, you could say something along these lines, which was enough to keep it afloat.
To keep us going, people thought I was the devil, the murderer, the killer, the big baddie. No, I wasn't. At one point, I sort of tried to tell everyone who I thought I was because I thought I knew who the bad people were, but it turns out I think I was drunk. So I got handed an interesting.
No clue about what was going on at all. I felt so aggrieved when I got murdered, though. For no reason whatsoever, apart from they had to murder someone. And I was a really good character. So I thought, they've killed me because they know I'm this character. Have I given it away? No. At the end, I just find out they had to pick on someone.
So they just murdered me. Well pick on that face. Yeah. But it was really, really fun. It's a game that we want to play more of. And it was nice to be amongst friendly faces that were very welcoming to people that had played it a lot. Yeah. And those that are just kind of stumbling through their role.
So my pick is on a similar line. Those experiences at games conventions are always great. I love playing, obviously, with you. But having the right people around and having the right atmosphere is always fun. I really enjoyed Nightmare Live when I went out with a group of friends at UK Games Expo. Laughed so much. But I think at any convention so far this year, the time I've laughed most was during the games quiz at Aircon, where some reason, just through happenstance, all of our friends seemed to converge at the same time, and we were on the balcony. And I think there's probably 30 of us, different pockets of friends who knew each other partly through us, all merged together. And we were playing, and we're very friendly with the organisers of Aircon. So we were playing this very, very funny quiz, and you interact on your phones.
Yeah.
But not trying to derail it, but just being a bit fun.
We were heckling a little bit, and there was definitely some dancing that happened.
There was, because the amazing quiz music.
Yeah.
And our team name, so I was playing...
this was not my team name.
No, my team name. I was playing with someone else. You were a different group.
Yeah.
Our team name was BoxedMeeples, like, comment, subscribe. And I knew that Mark, who was hosting it, says the team name to whoever answers the quiz question quickest. It's all done on the app. So for several rounds, we're trying to just randomly answer as quickly as possible, knowing full well that Mark would then have to say in front of a crowded room, this was to capacity in that beautiful hall you get at Aircom. And the fastest team was BoxedMeeples. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And so he said this to the whole room.
Yeah, and he had such a smirk on his face. It was very funny, sort of eye rolling, head shaking, like, comment, subscribe. So everyone was very.
We had a lot of fun doing that, and I think there's lots of pictures of us just. It's one of my favourite moments I think I've had at any gaming convention. So not specifically board games, but a board game quiz. That's board gaming, really. It was
fun. Yeah.
You're seeing our haul videos and our pickups. We do get quite a lot of games, and we try to be as honest as we can be with you about where the games have come from. So if they've been sent for review, we make sure we mention them. If we bought them with credit that different stores have given to us, we've tried to mention that. If we bought it secondhand or just been given it by friends, we try to mention. So for all those reasons, we do end up with a lot of board games, and obviously we have to prioritise some that are for content, which means that there's a lot of great games that we've got that we've yet to play, and we've been so excited about them, desperate to get our hands on them, and haven't played them.
Yes.
So what's your
and this you're specifically saying these are ones that we have picked up this year.
Yes.
Because there are some great games that I was just mentioning to my colleague even that I picked up last year that I still haven't played that I paid my own good pounds for. But there are many again. I'm very excited to play that I picked up this year, including Kanban EV, but I'm not going to choose that one because we only just picked it up.
Yes, we've had it less than a month.
Yes, so that doesn't count. So one that we've had a little bit longer, I'm going to go with this one, Transgalactica. We had it before the expo. It is now all stickered, which has delayed the gameplay.
That's the thing. There's a lot of overhead prep for Transgalactica.
And, you know, if you know our channel, you know that we can't play this game without looking at its absolute best. I know there's a lot of people that are just going to play it and leave the stickers, never to be stickered again. And it does take quite a long time to sticker. So, yeah, it's probably our folly. But now we are all stickered. We will soon, hopefully, get that tabled and played. I am excited of the, you know, a tea game in space. It has that follow action, which I'm really excited about. We really like that in games, and trying to work out when you are going to maximize your own turn and then have enough to be able to do some of the fun stuff that you need to do on other people's turn when you get to do the follow as well, and still have enough when it comes back around to you.
That's the thing. I know you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where as soon as you play it, I know you're going to love it.
Yeah.
But there's, you know, got to get the rules right.
Yeah.
In terms of prep, I've done even more than stick stickers on meeples. I've painted all of the Dark Quarter, ready to table it. And this is a game I've been looking forward to for more than 2 years, even before the obsession with Van Ryder. And this is obviously a Van Ryder game, but also Lucky Duck. So not entirely Van Ryder sponsored this video. I've got the game, painted the minis in prep.
Yes.
And the reason I hadn't played it immediately was because the app wasn't available. But now I haven't got that excuse because the app is available.
Yeah, but we had been quite busy then once that did roll out. So,
and that happened just before Games Expo, and we've been making content, obviously, doing bits and bobs of that. And actually the real world work is a thing that needs to be done. So yeah, I'm very excited about, I've got some time off work coming up. So I'm hoping to spend some time playing some of the solo games I've got while you're still working. And the Dark Quarter's top on that list.
Yeah.
To
and
play.
it's sort of New Orleans,
Yep, New Orleans in the 80s, slightly Cthulhu, trying not to spoil anything.
It looks quite dark and
Of course it is. It's a Van Ryder game.
In the shadows, a little spotlight way over there so you still can't see their face, that kind of.
But yeah, I know I'm going to enjoy it because it's written by Evan Derrick, which I often say is my favourite board game writer. If he's in control of the narrative, I know I'm going to love it. Almost as much as our dog loves the new toy he's just discovered, so excuse any squeaking that goes on. But yeah, I'm very keen to play the Dark Water.
So last but not least on our sort of 5 things of recapping the year is our best game so far for 2025 releases. So this is a big one.
Now it's spoiling the end of the year, really.
Well, I mean, who knows what we'll play between now and then, but I mean, I can certainly see these 2 picks being up there, that's for sure.
It wasn't a hard decision.
No.
I've gone for Galactic Cruise, which is absolutely superb. I remember when we talked about it and we did the best of the month that month, we both wanted to pick that game. And it's getting known for obviously being fantastic production. I love the Eno Tool artwork in this.
Yeah.
But it's getting known as a complicated, heavy game, often compared to the Serta games. And yes, it is a gamer's game. It's dense, it's heavy, it's long. You've got to devote some time to it. But it feels so intuitive, it doesn't feel brain-burny. And the rulebook deserves its own praise because it just takes you through the game so elegantly that you don't realise you're learning how quickly you're learning. And the game itself just feels natural. Sure, it's a worker placement game at its heart, which is one of my favourite mechanics. And I love the idea of it all, of going out, collecting the blueprints to build your rocket, watching that rocket expand and get bigger, then having to find people to go on your cruise.
Yeah.
Sending
your cruise to
sending your recruiter out, going, okay, family friendly, you are going to want to come on this cruise, and nabbing the ones that you want most to maximize, get that combo going. Love that, getting the right people to go to the right planets to then really chain those scores together. And that feels so satisfying, particularly when it's an even bigger rocket than needed to do. And you're launching off having this massive point return, which makes all that kind of pre-planning worthwhile. I love the fact that you can borrow other people's spaces and you want to go to a place and make it enticing so that other people go there and then bump you off so you then get that bonus. And those cards you get to play can be so game-changing. When you play one of those cards down at the right time, it can be largely the difference between winning a game and losing a game. They can be so lucrative and rewarding. So it's those decisions that you make that always feel sometimes complicated to choose between what's the best thing to do, but it always feels like you're doing something productive and exciting. And that launch bit is brilliant.
5, 4,
it counts you down through the steps and you're doing it, and you've got your resources there, so you know people aren't going to die on your flight, they're not going to suffocate or starve, and it all comes together and your rocket's going off and you know all that planning has been worthwhile. Yes, it's a long time investment. We can't play it as often as we want to because we know that it does need, you do have to devote some time to it, but we played at larger player counts, we played at smaller player counts with the kind of Ultima going in there and going to various places. Every time we've played it, I've loved it. And it's testament to how great it is that as soon as I have played it, I always say, should we leave the box out so you can play it the next day? So exactly. It's going to be very high in 6 months' time when we talk about our games of the year. And it's going to be on other videos that we film at the end of the year when we talk about the best games ever.
Yeah, and the same with my choice. And I think that both of these are going to be on a lot of people's lists as the best of the year. And a lot of things that you said at the beginning about Galactic Cruise, I think are also very true about my choice, which is Luthier. And that kind of rule book, that sort of intuition that takes you through your turns, the great components, that kind of crunchy Lacerda feel that people talk about, but it really making sense when you play it, and how thematic it is as well, in terms of what you're doing. And in this one, you're gaining these patrons that have these different demands for classical instruments, and you're going to have options in terms of, do you bring a classical instrument onto your onto your player board in order that you can actually make the whole thing. You have it on your roughing bench, and then you put it over into the finishing bench where you're putting all the strings on and polishing it and all of that sort of thing to create them an entire new instrument? Or do they just want you to prepare one of the instruments or perform with one of those instruments? Or do you need some new patrons in order to keep on having these different bonuses, they're gifts that they're giving you every start of every round, which are really, really helpful to get that engine going. There's lots of options of going up different tracks. And of course, you've got that gorgeous, gorgeous pipe organ dice tower when you do the performing to go down there. And at the end of it, you've got this area control of that orchestral pit where you're all vying to put the different instruments in there. And if you haven't put the full instrument in, you can actually kick people off and take those bonuses from them. And all of this time, you are worker placementing, but you're doing it with a blind power of worker. And the power will not only indicate whether you'll go first in that as that area activates, but also how good a benefit you get when you're there. So there's so much going on this. It just looks absolutely incredible. And I can see that these two games are going to be up there in a lot of people's lists at the end of the year. And I can't see, I mean, at the moment, I can't see any game that's releasing this year, particularly trumping the two of these.
We'll have to wait and see. There could be surprises on the horizon.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't got to Essen. Gen Con things haven't released yet. But yeah, it'll be
they're going to be hard to get a game out. I'll be delighted if they do. If they can top either of these games, what a game that'll be. And we've maximized both our copies for this game. So we've got every deluxe component you can get for these games just because we love them that much. Yeah. But tell us about your year. What have you been up to in board game land? Let us know in the comments. Any answers to these 5 questions? Join in, maybe give 5 of each answers, or maybe want to ask us some stuff.
Yeah.
Feel free to in the comments down below. And where is a good place to buy some board games?
If you're looking to buy new board games, we recommend you go to your friendly local game store. For us here in the southeast of England, that is Chaos Cards, and we do have a new discount code in the description. So if you're looking to buy online with them, then there is a code there for you to save some pennies when you spend over £65, I think, with them.
Specifically on board games?
Yes.
But as always, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing and ring that bell for notifications.
Yeah, it really does help us out.
Yes. And yeah, the more people who get involved in the discussion, the more we can talk back to you. And chatting on the comments is one of our favourite things to do.
It is indeed.
Do please join in the fun.
Yeah, but here's some more gaming for the rest of 2025.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.